If Andrew puts the sand over his face, they will have successfully taken control of him. He then collects all the sand and opens his inventory and starts approaching his face.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video and welcome to another Minecraft ARG reaction video. Today we're reacting to the Minecraft player trapped in a simulation. That's all I know. All I know is that there's a player trapped in a simulation. So let's see what awaits us. Hey guys, this video is full of mind control and crazy simulations. But do you know what you have a total freedom to do? To subscribe onto my channel. It will help a lot and I would really appreciate it. Thank you, and let's continue with the video.
Imagine if every hour you spent working on your Minecraft world was secretly a simulation, being watched by people you don't know and without your permission. Well, a few months...
So that sounds like... Sorry. That sounds like that video that we watched previously, like finding a player who doesn't exist, who was like experimented on while he was playing in a server. Is that what he means? Like he was watched, everything was like scripted, everything was simulation, like they knew everything that he was gonna do. Okay. My microphone fell. Sorry if my voice is a bit shit, my throat is fucked up. Don't ask why.
Months ago, this became a reality. I got an email sent to me addressing a channel called Andrew Games 722. They upload videos playing on their world in the beta version of Minecraft. With
the beta version. You can see the food wasn't even stackable back then.
Over 40 plus videos, I decided to take a glance at one of them, but I had
40,
no clue
Jesus.
that I was about to dig myself in the deepest rabbit hole of my life.
Okay, where do we start? Finally, beta. Chapter 1, The Manifestation.
The first episode is named Minecraft.wmv. Before
Okay.
Andrew joins the world, we already noticed something 2 seconds into the video.
The Palladium will be dead. The fuck is a Palladium? Is that a name? Is that a player? Is that a program? Is that the... what's it called? Like the name of these people that are watching him and experimenting, or like that made the simulation for this player? Is that the Palladium?
For a single frame, we're given a secret Minecraft menu. Besides the version text being gone and the copyright message being slightly different.
Yeah. Wait. Copyright Mojang AB do not distribute.
Only significant change is the menu text.
Copyright Mojang specifications do not, okay?
Altogether, it reads, "The Palladium will be dead." Now, we don't know who or what the Palladium is.
Okay, my theory, okay, the Palladium is the program or the company or whatever the fuck, this lab that made a simulation, and that the people that are watching this player play Minecraft.
But again, we just started the video, so...
Or that maybe might be a player, who knows?
Andrew spawns into his world. He's on version beta 1.0.
Yeah, we can see that, the fog and everything.
Resources, and while exploring, we see this happen.
Okay, glitches. Okay.
After the screen was
I would suspect that cow something. As soon as that glitch ended, the cow was watching us. I would suspect that fucking cow. Very much.
See, the sound in the video became reverb. Not only that, but there's obsidian on the floor with a sign that says, "We watch all who approach." Andrew decides...
That sounds like some kind of movie thing, you know? A human comes to some alien land or some sacred magical land. We watch all who approach.
Walk away from it, but then once again, the screen starts glitching, producing weird sounds while we see Andrew get pulled back to the obsidian area, and he stays there until the video ends. Disregarding the ending of the video, I didn't mention it, but this version of Minecraft does not exist. Also,
1.0.46? The fuck is that, some custom version? So is that like symbolizing that the player is gonna be trapped here? In a simulation, because he's not unable to move freely, they're pulling him back in. So it's a kind of like symbolism of like being trapped. Is that it? Like they're already like foreshadowing like already at the first episode.
So the music coming from Andrew's game is called Living Mice, which came out in 2011, and beta version 1.0 came out in 2010. You're going to see a lot of things that shouldn't be in the version.
Yeah, whoa. Okay, chains, soul torches, white beds.
Throughout this video. So if I don't mention all the inconsistencies, it's because it's not significant to the story. Moving forward, there's one thing I can say for certain. If we take a closer look at this obsidian, it resembles a symbol, which we can make out to be the numbers 46, which...
Okay, yeah, it does look like that. But what would that mean, though?
Would make sense. This version Andrew's playing on because of the number 46. These are the only types of versions in beta 1.0, which means something is going on with the number 46.
So did the Palladium like make its own version for like this simulation? Is that it? Because the 46 is the same as this symbol. Is that like a logo of the Palladium? It's like, if that's their logo, right? If my theory is correct, if that's their logo, that would make sense that they made a custom version somehow that will only serve as simulation. Just a theory, just a hunch.
With the sign and Andrew being what looks to be pulled back to the 46 symbol, it's clear Andrew is being controlled. But right now, there's a lot of information that needs more context, so we have to move on to episode 2.
The sky is not real. Okay.
The video begins with Andrew collecting sand. 10 seconds into the video, he takes the sand and hovers it over his head. It's a bit odd, but it doesn't really mean anything. He heads to his house to make himself a diamond sword, and before leaving, he barricades his door. He goes hunting.
Again, why? Is he like symbolizing something? Something that we will, of course, find out later, because we have to go do backtracking. But holding a stack of sand in your like helmet slot and blocking the door, is he like trying to keep something in or out?
For food, but right when he takes fall damage,
what
the screen goes cryptic. But looking back at it frame by frame, there's nothing to notice, so we'll have to let it go. He then looks up into the sky before...
By the way, in beta version, you still took fall damage if you fell into the shallow end of water? Shit!
We get this weird flashbang. We can tell the sky has gotten darker. Not only that,
more
when
gray.
the video was fading, the number 46 was not affected, confirming our theory that the 46 is not a game version. We notice he's walking in a familiar area until...
This looks way too creepy. Is he like gonna come back to that 46 symbol on the floor?
We notice unusual blocks on the ground. Upon a closer look, these blocks aren't even a part of Minecraft.
Nope. There's like, I think there was only like one red block in Minecraft, like real long time ago. That's like removed. I forgot the name of it. If it even fucking existed, or did I play some fake ass Minecraft? But not like that. That looks like red crying obsidian if it had too much decoration on it.
This theory is confirmed when Andrew mines the blocks and sees the item.
It has no name. Okay, no ID.
Like whatever these things are must be.
And it's glitching his screen, by the way. It's like the blocks are radioactive.
Be taking a toll on his computer, as we can see him getting pushed back whenever he's walking. Once he gets to the 46 symbol we saw last episode, things look a lot different. The sign appears to be the same, but right behind it is a cross with the known
Herobrine. We all know there's a cross in your Minecraft world, the Herobrine is near, right? That was always the thing. I still remember that, me pissing my pants.
Name blocks becoming an infestation to the area. Whatever is going on could possibly be connected to a cult or a religion. And if the version...
Is that what it meant by the manifestation? Like the manifestation of these blocks, maybe? Like they're spreading now? Because there's like... they slowly begin to be everywhere?
Of the game being altered still doesn't convince you, Andrew goes into F1 and 46 is the only thing visible in his HUD. He then continues walking, but it's at this point the video quality becomes so distorted, all we can really do is just listen to it. But despite the video quality, that doesn't stop us from noticing this. The sky becomes
What the
visible. We can see
fuck?
the stars, but more importantly, the clouds. Something is up with the clouds. They look unusual.
Just like
and
the symbol, it's 46. It's a symbol.
Andrew notices it too. Shout out to Plexus, who was super helpful in this investigation. He points out that the clouds actually resemble the
symbol.
46 symbol we saw in the first episode. Make no mistake.
Hey, I may not be a genius, okay? But I saw it immediately. Just saying, I'm not gonna, gonna pull myself out there. But I saw it immediately. I might be future Kira, okay? I might be L.
Anyone
I'm
can
kidding.
put text on screen with the number 46. Anyone can just build the number 46 in Minecraft, but you can't just alter the Minecraft clouds to
That's
spell
true.
out 46. What is happening on Andrew's world? This isn't just some coincidence, because this isn't possible. Cults normally have themselves a symbol, something they use to represent themselves, and I believe that whoever this cult is uses 46 to represent themselves.
But what would it mean? Like every logo, every symbol has the meaning, right? Like Illuminati pyramid, the all-seeing eye, right? Or I don't know what everything exists out there. So what would 46 resemble? It's just like, it must be like something to do with number. That number must mean something. But what? What could I understand 64, okay, like a stack of something in your inventory, right? But 46, just right now, at least at the beginning of the video, we don't know what the fuck it could mean. And I hope we find out soon. Exploration 2.
In episode 3, we already know.
Yep, okay, I was about to say, the 46 is gone.
Notice the version has changed back to beta 1.0, but we can still see the cloud symbols in the sky, so
It's
maybe
still
the
there?
version has nothing to do with the anomalies. But while Andrew is walking, pay attention to the following clip.
Okay. The fuck is that?
Andrew stumbles upon a glowstone block textured as an eye. Remember
That
this
was
because
creepy.
we will go back to it. Then
That was creepy. At first I was like, are those eyes? It was eyes. I was like, there's no way these are eyes.
Andrew collects some sand and starts hovering it over his face. He
But now
returns back.
by the way, now there's 20 blocks of sand. Before it was one stack. Is he like trying to tell us something? I think he's trying to tell us something. Like this player already figured something out, and now he's trying to like give us a message. Is that it?
To his home and starts building himself a cobblestone dome before the video ends. Besides the weird eye we saw in the beginning of the video, there's not much to go into, so instead I'll go straight into episode 4 and use this video as supporting evidence. With episode 4, the title explains the video. Andrew wants to build a bridge across this lake, but his reasoning is a bit odd. I think with my new bridge, I may catch something before it can run away. Who or what is Andrew exactly seeing? It could be the people that worship this cult secretly spying on Andrew, but there's nothing.
It. Like some kind of anomaly? Because if there's cult, right, and it's it, I would say it's some kind of anomaly, right? I mean, what movies and video games taught me, it might be some kind of their god or some shit. Maybe. Or is it something actually here that he saw running around?
To confirm that theory, so.
And by the way, why would you want to catch something in your Minecraft world? If I saw something that shouldn't belong in a Minecraft at all, something like that, I'm turning off the game and like deleting it, reinstalling it, like totally reset everything. I don't know why would someone persist to find something like that. I'll be way creeped out to chase something like that.
We'll need to keep digging. Andrew continues building his bridge, but he misplaces a block and gets frustrated, and right after starts hovering sand over his face while shaking his mouse. We also get a better view of the symbol area, but as night approached, Andrew heads back home before once again his screen starts shaking and he hovers sand over his face.
But now it's 46. Now there's 46 sand. I don't know why, or if I even should focus on the number of sand he is holding. But first was 64, then 20, and now 46. I don't know if that means anything. I would say the 46 means 100% something. But why the sand? And why is he hovering it over his face?
This can't be ignored any longer. Something is going on. There are 4 different times already when Andrew is hovering sand over his face. Sometimes he's calm while doing it, other times he's out of control. The only pattern though is that it's always with sand. Also, when I say out of control, I literally mean it. Don't you notice how weird it is for Andrew to be walking normally, not even moving his screen, to all of a sudden freaking out and shaking while putting sand in his face? I'm positive Andrew is being controlled with sand. Other commenters speculate the sand is an addiction for Andrew.
The sand? Come on! I understand diamonds, ores, weapons, but sand? Come on, okay, sorry, but that just sounds funny.
Hovering the sand over his face is him consuming the sand. But if this was the case, it still wouldn't explain why Andrew tries to wear the sand as a helmet.
Yeah.
We've seen movies depict people using hats as a way to mind control. Nonetheless, Andrew losing control of himself and being spied on shows that Andrew is not safe. But to really let this information hit, we have to move on to episode 5, Exploration 3.
What the fuck? Immediately I saw the version. Minecraft Beta 1.0.46 Manifestation version 2.
The video begins and we...
By the way, the crafting table looks so weird. Did you guys
notice the version
did you guys catch that?
Manifestation version.
Okay, the chests were normal back then. I think they had that line.
2. He heads outside.
But the crafting table was sideways, like misplaced to log.
And we can see the cobblestone dome is infested with red blocks. As he goes to barricade the door, he starts freaking out, hovering sand over his face again. The item now has a name, which is block. Then Andrew stumbles upon a chunk error. The entire chunk is removed, but before he could explore it, the video cuts to a clip of Andrew mining diamonds found in the chunk error.
Just like that. Just like... That's a random cut, though. Was that kind of like looking at the future? Was he like trying to see what will he find if he goes down there? And I'm like, oh, I'll find diamonds. I'm going down there.
Now we can imagine this is Andrew with its matching items and assume this is a clip that happens after Andrew heads down. But if that's the case, how come the cobblestone path is already...
What?
When Andrew starts going down? And it's not like Andrew knows he built it. His confused mannerism and precaution tells us that he's unfamiliar of who built this. But
so what, like his higher self, some shit? Like his soul left his body, built it, and came back into his body? Like the fuck?
He finds the diamonds and starts heading to the bottom where a mine shaft is revealed. He goes exploring, collecting items that shouldn't exist until...
Yeah, I don't think redstone existed in beta version yet.
The red blocks appear again. He checks out the area until...
Oh, hell!
A black figure in the video.
And if this is not a time where in your head you should be, I'm deleting this game and I'm gonna go play something else, I'm gonna go watch YouTube, anything that happens to you is entirely your fault. Anything.
So, 2 big questions arise from this episode. What is going on in this clip where he's approaching the diamonds, and who is this black figure? The first situation may be...
Is that it, where he said before that he's building a bridge to catch something before it can escape or something like that? Is that the it?
A bit more complicated. First, we need to know why Andrew freaks out in the beginning of the video. Now, I mentioned my theory to the sand situation being that Andrew is controlled whenever he hovers sand over his face, but this time there seems to be a clear motive of what caused this one. We notice he blocks his door when leaving, which we know isn't the first time we've seen Andrew do.
And we still don't have an explanation why does he block the door.
Something like this. We know he's aware that he sees something in his world and likely does it to prevent whatever it is from entering his home. And I think whoever is doing this tries to control Andrew to prevent him from becoming more self-aware. Now that we're aware of that, how does this correlate to our first question? Well, although my evidence was that the items matched with both clips, so it had to be Andrew, I failed to mention the 4 extra cobblestone blocks in his inventory, which is ironic. Because guess how many blocks Andrew would have had if he didn't barricade his door, which is 16. You can tell Andrew wasn't the one who built this path, but if so, then why does this POV have an almost identical inventory from the sorted items?
Is someone portraying as him? Is that it? is someone like playing and what's it called? Is someone Jesus, that took some time. Is someone pretending to be him? Is that like someone else pretending to be this player? Like that's something I would do, because now he has some wooden planks that now he doesn't. And I don't know if it's quality or I'm blind, but I don't think the iron axe durabilities are the same. Or maybe just the quality, like, fucking me up.
All the way to the exact durability. It doesn't make sense. Unless we are watching from Andrew's perspective. How would we know if this is the first time Andrew has encountered this hole? Although the way he acts confused may seem like it's his first time, considering these people who have the ability to control Andrew, I wouldn't doubt they could also make Andrew wipe his memories. So it seems Andrew must have lost his memories, and this clip that we're seeing is the actual first time he encountered the hole. Okay, question answered, but now what's up with this figure? We only see it for a split second, but for all we know, it has no name tag in it.
I'm guessing he's one of the people that are like controlling him, that are made the simulation, right? He's one of people from the cult, right? That would be the only explanation. There's red blocks, there's cross, there's a symbol, and then there's this figure. He is one of the cult people, right?
Is completely black. Well, unfortunately, half a second of screen time won't help our answers, but fortunately for us, this won't be the last time
Place
we
iteration.
see this thing.
Building terrain.
Episode 6, we're introduced to a new area. Andrew walks
The
around exploring
fuck?
the area for a little.
What kind of jump, what kind of a little bit building off camera is this?
Till he gets teleported in a room with 4 other players. 3 of them seem to look the same, except for the 4th guy who...
Okay, so again, cult, and he's the cult leader, right?
we can assume is their leader. I'll play out the conversation and then explain what they're talking about, because it gets a bit confusing.
072216. Our first 2 iterations were compromised because of you. The efforts you've made to resist are futile. The program will only continue to adapt to your inputs.
What do we do?
We cannot let him roam freely. He has ties with the conspirator
What?
in the last 2 iterations. That will erase his client-side memory.
If you're still confused, don't worry.
Is it the sand? Is that why he was holding the sand above his face? Is like to resist the mind control? Is that it? Maybe that's it.
There's 2 characters we get introduced to, 62020, their leader, and 12721, one of the agents. Although we know Andrew as Andrew, 62020 refers to him as 072216. This name will be important. 62020 is upset because...
So he's like one of the, what, patients? Or he's one of the victims of the cult?
their first 2 iterations were broken into because of Andrew. These Minecraft versions that don't exist, like 1.0.46 and Manifestation version 2, those are iterations. And it seems like Andrew resisting is what caused them to get compromised. And this message also proves that every situation with the sand is these people trying to control Andrew. But
okay, so it's totally reverse of what I said. Okay.
Always manages to break free. 62020 mentions that he can't be freed, he knows the conspirator. We're never given an answer to who or what the conspirator is, but they do say his memory of this interaction will get wiped, and then Andrew spawns back into his world. They've updated him to Manifestation version 3.
And the clouds are in the symbol again, okay?
Back to his house, but before the video ended, we noticed the black figure again.
Oh,
we acknowledge
so they're watching him.
We've now seen the other side to this world Andrew plays in. We now see the people who run the place and create all these weird anomalies. We also know that they can remove Andrew's memory whenever they want, allowing them to keep Andrew in here forever or until they get access to the conspirator, which leads me to this figure. This is the second time we see them. We don't know who they are, but this could be the conspirator we hear about. Andrew talked about...
Maybe. Okay, so first my theory is that he's one of the people from the cult, right? It'll make sense, since we didn't even know about the conspirator. until now. So now, yeah. So the conspirator is a good guy that can help us, maybe? Is that it? Or is there gonna be some huge twist where the cult is actually the good people and the conspirator wants to end the world?
He's seeing things in his world, and maybe this figure is who he's seeing, but its motives are unclear, so we'll have to continue to episode 7. Renovating .mp4, nothing really happened, so all you need to know is Andrew makes some changes to his home. But one thing I did notice was the spot where the chunk error happened in episode 5 is gone. It's almost like it's been covered, and Andrew doesn't seem to react, which confirms his memory was wiped. But with that being said, episode 8 brings us back to the area we saw.
Oh, but now we're one of the agents.
In episode 6. Instead, this time we get the perspective of one of the agents. We find out this episode takes place right before episode 6. What we're watching is the building process before we saw Andrew get teleported here. Everything seems normal until the very end.
Guys, what? There's a dark figure standing off in the distance. Go see what it is.
Then we see 3 agents leave the game, panicking in chat, and same is said for the final agent when he heads outside and the black figure is seen. Besides some extra content.
So is that would explain, or maybe possibly confirm, that that's the conspirator? Because the cult leader said, oh, he has ties with conspirator, so that means they're going against him, and now he is like, what, kicking them out of the world? So I think that would confirm the black figure is the conspirator.
We've learned something about this figure. It's against the people who keep Andrew captive, and it makes me believe it wants to help Andrew escape. And if that's the case, how come it hasn't? Well, we know that Andrew can get his memories taken away, and if that's the case, imagine playing in your Minecraft world and someone you don't know joins it and starts telling you these people are keeping you captive and that he'll help you escape. You'd look like a crazy person.
Literally.
It seems like this figure wants to help Andrew, and in episode 9, we'll realize that this figure isn't the only one trying to help Andrew to escape.
Are there more? Are there more conspirators? There's like a whole army of them, you know? Whole Clone Wars, or I don't know what should I use an example? Discovery.
Andrew is adding changes to his home before we see someone join the game, Ender Creeper 07.
Go to these coordinates.
Andrew
His text is blue.
copies the message.
Remember them. They're going to reset you.
Then the screen goes
They're going to what?
Is the message.
Remember them. They're going to reset.
Oh, the memory. They're going to reset you, so like memory.
Then the screen goes black and Andrew is now in Manifestation 4, with his memories of this interaction completely wiped.
So it was kind of useless to tell him, oh yeah, even though they wipe your memory, remember them. Good luck with that,
Then
yeah.
Andrew opens chat and stares at it for a second before hitting Control V. He doesn't know why he has this copied, but he can see their coordinates, so he opens up F3 and starts heading there. He arrives.
So it's like he's fighting back the memory wiping. It's like, even though they wiped his memory, some memory was still there. Like he was like, wait a minute, there was interaction, something happened, wait a minute. That's what happened.
To a small room in the
By the way, soul torches, these motherfuckers did not exist in beta.
mountains with 2 soul torches and a chest. Inside it is a book and quill
Read
by
this.
the Palladium. When he opens it, this is what we're given.
Andrew, your name is Andrew. You may not remember who I am right now, but I'm the reflection. I promise you, you are not supposed to be in this place. I don't know how to get you out, but don't anger them. They will kill you. The more of a threat you pose, the more they will torture and make you wish you did not exist. Lay low and be quiet. I will get you out of here one of these days.
Signed, the Reflection. And
So what, like the other him? Like the him that did not lose memories and was not targeted by the cult or whatever? Or like the future him that escaped the cult and knows how to stop them?
Andrew covers up the entrance and the video ends. We're given 3 names: Ender Creeper 07, the Palladium, and the Reflection. More importantly, remember the Palladium?
That was the
That's
title,
right.
yeah.
The name we saw at the very first episode, saying the Palladium will be dead. We finally meet someone who 6/20/20 wants dead. The book was signed by the Palladium, and the person...
So that was like a threat, right? That title screen was like a threat to the Palladium. And that threat came from the cult.
who wrote in the book refers to themselves as the Reflection, so it seems we can assume these two are the same person. The Reflection informs Andrew that 1, his name is Andrew, and 2, he's not supposed to be in this Minecraft world, but he also mentions to lay low and be quiet. I also wonder if the conspirator is one of these 2 people, but
Could be.
that question will hopefully get answered later on. In episode 10, we're watching from the agent's POV.
That's a whole gun. That's a huge jump from beta version of Minecraft to Soul Torches to fucking MLG, for fuck's sake.
2 workers have a conversation, so I'll try to summarize it. He asks if the subduer is implemented, but we don't know what the subduer is exactly. The dev says yes, and also mentions some bugs have been fixed. But then he asks about the dark entities Agent 6116 found, which, if you don't know,
It was that
referring
black
to
figure.
the ending of episode 6. The dev mentions it's been worked on, but it's not a perfect fix, and the rest of the conversation is 12721 stressing over the incident.
Whoever built this place, this place looks amazing. Jesus.
We see the person recording heading into a room before the video cuts. In episode 12, we actually go back a few episodes. More specifically, this video takes place exactly when episode 9 was happening.
Was the reset successful?
It worked but did leave behind some player and container data from the previous iterations.
That will be fine, just so as long as the TV keeps him occupied. He can't
TV,
let him
what?
out. His relations with the conspirator make us within reach of the Reflection.
Wait, who the hell is Ender Creeper 07? He just breached into the iteration. There's been a breach.
Then, before the video ends, the map turns black.
Stopping
We find
client,
that
yeah.
They don't actually care about the conspirator, they just need them to reach the Reflection. The person we saw telling Andrew he was going to
So
help him
he is the
escape.
real threat. So the conspirator and the Reflection are the same people? Maybe they are. Actually, the Reflection is the main threat, and the conspirator is just one of the ways to get to him.
You need to know.
Right?
6/20/20 captured Andrew because he knows the conspirator who knows the Reflection, the person 6/20/20 is after. But these 2 messages still leave me confused. They refer to people as he, him, while talking about more than one person, so it's a bit confusing.
I would say here they talked about the player, maybe? But I don't know, I don't get TV. TV keeps him occupied. So do what? They use TV to somehow like brainwash him?
But all we need to know is that they make sure the TV is keeping a person occupied so they don't wake up this other person. With that being said, it seems they're unaware that Andrew got information of what's going on, and soon Andrew is going to start becoming a lot more self-aware. Episode 13.
Jesus,
Watch
it was
someone
disturbing.
spawn in an island covered in lava. They're in distress as we hear this eerie noise. The video is unsettling nonetheless. The video is just 2 minutes of this person walking around, but I want to shift the focus on the video's description. We're given a pastebin link. It's a jumble of letters, but we realize that this is a base 64 decode, which convert plain text into original data. And when translating it reads these 11 characters, which
That's
happens to
URL,
be the same
okay?
length of a YouTube video URL. And it just so happens these characters bring us to an unlisted YouTube video by Andrew Games.
No directory.
It's 46 seconds of a camera shot of the area we saw the player running around in, but in the description there's another message to decode, and when doing so it reads, "The temp was taken care of. The compromise our systems endured will not be tolerated. The Doomstriders continue their evil assault on our diligent and loyal agents." It seems their systems have been
What?
compromised once again. 6/20/20 mentioned this being being a previous issue, but this time it seems to have been caused by the temp. So when they say the temp was taken care of, this video that we're seeing is from the perspective of the temp as they suffer in this world.
Oh,
46 crews
okay.
seem to have rivals called Doomstriders, who are the alleged group to cause this compromise. This group could be affiliated with the Palladium and Ender Creeper 07. The next 3 episodes are out of order in building 412 instead of 124. There's also nothing crazy that happened, so I'll just give you a brief summary of any anomalies. In building 1, the 46 crew try to mind control Andrew twice. In building 2, Andrew hovers sand over his face. This time the screen goes black and the music reverses as we see Andrew continuing to build his home, but his behavior becomes robot-like, like he's being programmed. In building 4, at 6 minutes,
So they like succeeded to mind control him?
Andrew enters his home to see the figure. Then the screen goes black, but this time, instead of the video ending,
He punched him.
it kills Andrew. He then respawns to pick up his loot. Weird moments, but nothing that can be dug deeper.
Okay.
Although now we enter...
I would say they succeeded to mind control him, but that's why he became robotic. But then the black figure saved him from it? So he wasn't brainwashed for long? Maybe?
to episode 17, and this is where Andrew starts to grasp what's truly going on. Episode 17, we've now entered Manifestation 4_1. Andrew happens to have a lot of sand in his inventory. He enters his cobblestone dome, and it seems to no longer have the red blocks around
But
it.
again, it has soul torches that did not exist in beta.
This time, he enters inside and stares at the red block, until all of a sudden, he starts freaking out.
And there's way less sand, by the way.
Then, out of nowhere, he exits the dome and walks in a straight line, arriving at the chunk error. He doesn't know why, but he feels like something is off with the area. He starts mining around, trying to figure out this odd feeling he's having, until...
Oh!
he sees the chunk error, but his memories of encountering the hole is gone, so for him, this is the first time he's seeing this. But before he can even process what's going on, he gets knocked into the hole, and for a
Jesus!
split second, we see the black figure once again. Besides the video itself, episode 17 is actually one of the most important videos yet, and for a
By the way, there's one detail, like, here he has full inventory of sand, but when he enters that cobblestone house and starts freaking out, there only has like 1 stack of sand. Or is that a cut that I did not see, or am I dumbass?
completely different reason. The description contains a zip file. It's called world4.zip, and upon downloading and putting
That's a whole new version. That's 1.21. The fuck?
it into Minecraft, it loads us into Andrew's Minecraft world.
Okay.
Upon joining,
Andrew's
I start looking
breakthrough.
for anything that might be out of the ordinary. Anything within the chest, the location, any hidden items, and that's when I found something.
Also, now we are in the world, this simulation or whatever.
Anomaly pruned by 072216 reset. This sign wasn't originally here the first time Andrew encountered the hole. Don't forget that 072216 is the name they give Andrew. They most likely do this to prevent Andrew from remembering anything about himself, but this sign basically means the chunk error had to be patched because of a version reset. Taking a closer look around the mineshaft, we can tell the red blocks were removed as well. Throughout the search, I felt an odd sense of unease. Something about the world just made me feel like I was being watched. Although after some exploring, I noticed the room Ender Creeper made Andrew go to also had a new sign on
But now, they still haven't found this. They still have... Oh, the cult. But now there are normal torches here.
it as well. They still haven't found it yet. Ender Creeper. Just little stuff that I can't seem to find any deeper meaning to. The world generation is really interesting. There's an abnormal amount of sand everywhere and in biomes where sand shouldn't be in. Unfinished land generation and so on. But those can be excused. What really caught my eye was this single source of light in the distance. And upon a closer look was one more sign on the floating island. The sand. It's the sand. Like I've theorized,
So, you're saying that the sand, again, my theory, the sand is a freaking secret weapon against the cult's control or whatever. Is that what you're saying? You're saying that like some powerful cult, dark cult that can control people's minds can be defeated with a bunch of sand. Okay.
As before, the weird mind controls are always caused by using the sand. But again, there's no further elaboration on what this message means. What we do know is that the sand is going to play a significant part of the story. With that being said, let's move on to episode 18. Subdoer anomaly.avi.
Okay.
Andrew spawns into his world, but is introduced to the area being surrounded with sand.
It looks like it survived, or it's been through a rough time on a fucking sandstorm. Jesus!
Then at 27 seconds, we get a shot of the sky as well as a clear view of the clouds.
Oh, okay.
Then right
So,
before the
bunch of clouds are now just 46 symbol.
video
Shit.
ends, we hear a button click before Andrew turns around to see a swarm of agents. Whatever is going on
Run.
must not be
Run.
intentional, right? To get all the agents to break this unspoken rule of not interfering with the player's world is unheard of, right? Well, in episode 10, when 12721 asks if the subdoer has been implemented, we can see this video takes place on version pre-release 4 and this one in version 4. This must be what they were talking about, which means this was something they had planned out. But then, why are so many agents in Andrew's world? Well, the title of the video refers to this anomaly as a subdoer, someone who overcomes and establishes ascendancy and control by force or persuasion. Interesting
So the
word
agents,
choice, considering the context of
right?
the situation is about the sand. Establishes control by force. By
So the sand.
force. Do you see what I mean? This is definitive proof that the sand is their resource of control. Maybe this will
Oh. I'm still a dumbass. Ignore the fact that I said the sand is a secret weapon that'll destroy the cult. The cult is using the sand to control the player. I'm stupid. Oh. Okay. The sand is the thing that the cult uses to control the player.
was set up to fully control Andrew and stop him from resisting. But when they realized it didn't work, they enter the world to shut the operation down. With that figured out, I'll have to move forward from the strange clip of the sky because we're given no context. But hopefully as we continue watching, we'll have our answers.
Fire. So they burned down his house now?
We're now in version 5 as Andrew heads to his house, but upon arrival, the house is on fire. He tries to put it out, but to no avail. The fire spreads too quickly, and once he did put it out, the house already burnt down. He spends the next few minutes rebuilding his house, and then goes to grab something from his old house. But when he returns, the house is back to normal, like it didn't even burn
The
down.
fuck?
Inside, there are signs that say the word redacted, but Andrew breaks them without second thought. Then he takes a look at the 46 symbol from a distance before we get this.
We're gonna look behind. What the fuck?
It's hard to notice, but it's safe to assume this
It's
is
the symbol.
46
Yeah.
symbol. Then as Andrew is walking,
Okay.
we see not one, but two black figures this time before the video ends. In episode 21, Andrew has made some upgrades to his house. He heads outside and takes a look at the obsidian area, and we notice a hole in the middle that leads all the way to bedrock, possibly even further. He starts wandering out the area until we get this moment.
Oh, he fought against it. He's fighting
Weird
it.
noises emit as Andrew's jittery behavior
I saw something. I
worsens.
saw text. I think I saw text. Why am I dumbass?
Weird noises emit
The subduer is failing. He's fighting the control.
Andrew's jittery behavior worsens. Night approaches rapidly as he seems to be trying to get to the floating island. And when he does, we see the sign that I took notice of in the world file, but the video becomes more distorted until the video ends.
He's
If you
fighting
didn't
the
notice it
control.
before, for 2 single frames, we're given 2 different messages. What the and the subduer is failing. Right before this happens though, Andrew opens his inventory for a split second before closing it. This could insinuate
Why?
12721 was going to use the sand to control Andrew like he's done before. But when Andrew closes his inventory, it could have caused them to write these messages out. We don't know exactly who wrote this sign, but we can assume it could be the Reflection / Palladium.
Or the Ender Creeper, whatever the fuck his name was, they're helping him. He's fighting the control, and now I guess he will find out and learn they're trying to control him through the sand. Just throw the sand out of your fucking inventory
He
already.
sent messages to Andrew before. In the description, Andrew says, "I knew it, they're subjecting me T," which we
T.
can assume Andrew's message gets cut off. And if I had to guess what the rest of the sentence would have been, I would say, "I knew it, they're subjecting me to the sand," which makes sense considering he gets told it's the sand that's causing all of this. But what happens now? Do they put Andrew in version 6 and remove his memory of understanding all of this like they've done before? I guess we'll have to see in the next video, episode
Neutralize.
22. The video begins
Shit.
with Andrew immediately putting sand up to his face, and his inventory is filled with sand, which is odd because he seems to still be in the same spot he was in last episode.
But the sign is not
somehow
there.
all this sand got into his inventory. Minor detail, but everything is
And
a
the sign
lot
is
more
not there.
vibrant, which is a small change, but definitely isn't an accident by the creator. The sign has been removed, and Andrew makes his way back home. But on his way home, the game music is in reverse, and like we've seen before, he moves in a programmed behavior.
So
The way
he's
he
controlled
acts is
again.
quite strange. He opens his chest and completes his inventory with sand, and
Okay,
then he
what the
stares
fuck?
into the distance before the video ends. What happened?
So they control him again, right? Is that it? He's being controlled, mind controlled, right? Totally like, first I think, okay, so what happened? I think they wiped his memory, then they destroyed the sign so he wouldn't learn again that it's the sand that's causing all of this, and now they made him fill up his inventory with sand so he can't fight back anymore. Is that it?
Happened to Andrew? We'd assume that they erased his memory, but it seems like they did a little more than that. We've never seen him go to this extent over sand. It almost looks like he's going to the brink of insanity. But throughout the episodes, we've only ever seen videos from the perspective of Andrew or one of the agents. But in episode 23, we get a new set of eyes in Manifestation S113. The video begins and the person recording is not Andrew but someone else. Right
Who
now
the
we
fuck
only
are
have
you?
one question. Who is this person? The player progresses in his world until he stumbles upon a 46 symbol made of obsidian,
Is he one more victim?
just like the one Andrew had in his world.
Okay, but listen to this. This symbol is on sand, right? And he's being controlled by the sand. This symbol is on gravel, so will this person be controlled by the gravel?
Interesting though is that this symbol is covered in gravel blocks while Andrew's symbol is covered in sand. Tiny detail, but something to keep in mind. The rest of the video is spent with our player building a house with nothing out of the ordinary. Before I review this video, I want to review episode 24 and just combine these 2 episodes into one review.
Okay.
Since I think doing so will allow me to explain whatever is going on a bit better. Episode 24, we're back to Andrew's POV. He sees
Okay.
some signs next to him
Andrew, it's me. I don't know how long it will be. Is he gonna read
that
it?
reads,
Okay,
Andrew,
yeah.
it's me. I don't know how long it will be until they censor this sign, but I'm gonna find a way to get us out of here, I promise. The reflection will be under a black moon. He will be able to help us. It's just that he cannot know that I made it here.
we get introduced to another character. We don't know who it is except this vague message
Okay.
saying, Andrew, it's me. Whoever this is must also be stuck in this simulation.
Is that the person that just joined that had a symbol on a gravel? Is that him?
And as they reassure Andrew, I'm gonna find a way to get us out of here. They mention that the reflection won't be able to help them because the reflection is under a black moon. Now, we don't know what this means exactly, but I do have a theory, but I'll have to save it for the end. Andrew breaks the sign and heads outside to see a huge infestation of red blocks around the 46 symbol area. Then, as Andrew approaches the area, we get this weird sound.
The fuck? It's like some mutated mouse. What the fuck? Okay, now it just sounds like aliens. Just pure on, full on aliens.
Keep this clip in mind because I will go back to it. Andrew starts digging straight down in the middle of the 46 symbol. Then moments after, we get this.
What? Oh! He's now in the world of that other person that just joined. So you're telling me there are multiple worlds upon worlds, and each of these worlds are just simulations. So just simulation on top of simulation on top of simulation for every person, every victim of this cult. Is that it?
We have now entered a new iteration, S113, the world we saw the player in last episode. But continuing with the video, Andrew checks this hole in the middle of this 46 symbol, and it seems to be dug far down. He then sees the house the other player built, and as soon as Andrew enters it, the screen goes black. Andrew finds himself in an infinity room. He spends the rest of the video
What kind of demon slayer is this in the fucking infinity castle?
trying to find a way out, only to find himself back to where he started. And for some reason, there's just a single cow in this infinity room.
Kill
Video and audio continue
Maybe that's the answer.
to get more distorted until it eventually ends. Remember
So I think getting more distorted, that means he's going insane. He's losing his sanity because of it.
this guy from last episode? He was the one who wrote this message to Andrew, and let me explain why. The message states that he's going to get us out, so whoever wrote this has to also be stuck in this simulation just like Andrew. We've established that if you dig straight down the center of the 46 symbol, you're taken to a new iteration, and when Andrew finds himself in S113, there just happens to be a hole straight down the 46 symbol. This player probably went through the same process as Andrew, but instead he found himself in Andrew's world, which is how he was able to—
So they're kind of like, wait, what? But how does that work? So just kind of would keep falling between just these two worlds? So there's not multiple ones, just these two? Well, what? So if you fall from this world, you enter the this guy's world that made the signs. If you fall from his world to get into this world, how the fuck does this work?
place these signs and communicate to Andrew. But now this opens up a lot of questions. Are there more people like Andrew? If so, how many? If there are more people, why is this person so eager to help Andrew?
I think just them two. Just these two. Because if you fall from this world, you enter whoever made the signs, right? That world. But if you fall from that world, you come to this world. So just these two worlds looping.
Is this person, and how do they know about the reflection? But as of right now, we can only guess, so we'll have to continue. This clip that had weird audio coming out of it isn't just any weird audio. I put the video's audio into Audacity and put it into a spectrogram, which if you don't know, shows the frequency of an audio clip. So normally a spectrogram would look like this, but when we get sounds like this,
you will get something distorted.
we're given stuff like this. Does martyrdom appeal to you that much?
What?
And get the 46 symbol. What is a martyrdom? It's someone who suffers persecution and death for advocating a religious belief or other cause as demanded by an external party. Once again, we're linked back into religion. Now, we don't know who wrote this message, but we do know they're against the 46 crew as shown in the message. This person is asking the people in the 46 organization if dying for the sake of honoring honoring their religion mean that much to them? Which, don't forget, we've confirmed that the 46 people are part of a religion slash cult back in episode 2. Now, the Infinity Room is not hard to understand. There's a room with planks as walls and cobblestone as a floor and a roof, and no matter how many times you mine, you find yourself back to where you started. This is one of the most—
Wait, did I just see something? Am I going insane?
And no matter how many times you
I think I saw something moving.
mine, you find yourself back to—
Something walked. What's that? Is that a cow? I think that's the cow. I think I'm going insane. I think that's just the cow.
This is one of the moments throughout the series that just doesn't make any sense. This could all be symbolism. Maybe it's supposed to depict something, but we'll never know.
Maybe it's depicting Andrew trying to get out of the mind control. Out of the simulation. I think that's what it's trying to depict.
Oh, but the more aware Andrew becomes, the more intense things are gonna get. And in episode 25, we'll start to really see that. Andrew finds himself in an infinite obsidian world. He's still in the same version.
Wasn't that one of the mods, one of the horror mods, where when you play, randomly you'll get spawned into something like this, but made out of bookshelves? Was that one of the mods just infinite? And then if you jump, you just fall back to the land, but you'll die because of the fall damage.
And walks around while weird noises can be heard in the background. Eventually, he finds something. We see what looks to be a ritual. There's red torches circling this cross with the 46 symbol imprinted to the floor. We've seen something similar to this back in episode 2. He takes a closer look at the thing and notices 5 signs, which read: Alexander's security guard anomaly, the man-winged cap anomaly, subject 113 conspirator wandering, 072216 failed executor wandering, temp _0.23 traitor anomaly. Now,
so are these the people they mind control or try to mind control? Because they already said about dealing with the temp, that was the last sign, right?
Right now, we don't know the context to these 3 messages, but we do know these names. Based off the numbers matching the version, subject 113 is the person we saw back in episode 23, and 072216
is Andrew,
aka Andrew. Subject 113 is referred to as conspirator, the same conspirator 6/2020 mentioned.
So 113 is the conspirator. Is that it? Now I don't know who the reflection is still. But the 113 guy, he's the conspirator.
To also have ties with the reflection, which explains how this person knows the reflection and why he's trying to help Andrew. He is the conspirator.
Okay,
it seems that they know Andrew and the conspirator.
We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
But moving forward, the sky almost immediately becomes pitch black. As he's lighting up the area, he finds another set of signs.
Which, again, these signs did not exist in beta versions.
Specifically warp signs.
Andrew, they're coming for you next. Don't become like us. Fight. Fight like hell.
Andrew starts freaking out. Then, as he slowly hovers to the sand, he drops it. We've seen Andrew resist being controlled by the sand, and if dropping the sand was an option, you would think he would have done it by now, which means something isn't right. How was Andrew able to drop the sand from his inventory? Before we could figure out, and
does he mean maybe now he's like finally fully free? Like he's now fully fought back, like totally, like he can't even have an influence on sand, is that it?
Andrew begins swinging his sword rapidly, then heads over to the cross and starts—
He swung the sword in the air, he's taunting them. I got you now, bitches! You can't control me anymore!
It's mining it, but before the video—
He's like Kratos when he was yelling at Zeus. That's what it looked like.
Get this.
Again, that sound. What?
What Andrew had found was the organization's temple, the structure they used to pray and express their belief. And Andrew, at the very end, had been compromised. But now, what happened to the conspirator? Have they been caught? And who's this person that's communicating to Andrew? And why is their sign a different color from the rest? As of right now, we don't know. But what we do know is that this screech of audio that we hear at the end was put into a spectrogram. And this is the image that we're given. We don't really know what to make of this, so I check out the comments for some help, and I find this reply. It is his face. At first, this seems a bit ominous, and I was going to brush past it thinking someone
But the name is Doomstrider.
was trying to play into the ARG, but I decided to click on the channel and found
And the logo is almost the same as the symbol.
one video. What I find won't be spoiled because I might use it later in the video, but let's just say it's definitely related to Andrew Games. Someone in the comments asked, wait, how many channels are there that cover the Andrew ARG? Another person replies, for now 4, but they will grow more and more. After some digging, I find the 3 other channels the commenter is talking about. The Palladium, 46 Intel, Doomstriders, and including Andrew Games would make it 4. Now, I won't go into too much detail with the other channels right now, but when I checked out channel 46, I noticed their banner. If we compare this face to the spectrogram, we see they both have circular glasses, a shadow
And
on
a
their
smile.
cheek, and the same smile showing their teeth. Judging from the message saying it is his face, and the face being represented on the banner of a channel called 46 Intel, we can assume who
Is his face. He typed his with the... like this. Like it would be a god. So is that the face of a dude they believe in and pray to? Or is that the face of a cult leader?
face being represented on the banner of a channel called 46 Intel, we can assume who we're looking at is the face of the 46 organization. And if that were true, they would formally be known as 6-2020. As we head into episode 26, this won't be the last time we see this face, and these channels will become very
just important. A random house, okay? Chapter 2.
We're now watching from another player's perspective. This world seems to be on a super flat world. The player eventually finds a house in the middle of nowhere. He picks up 2 roses and continues inside. He takes a look around the place and drops 2 roses in one of the rooms. Everything seems normal until we get this.
What?
Now,
I know what you're doing.
Lot seems to be going on. Before I continue with the text appearing on screen, first, let's take a look at this eye.
That's the eye that we saw somewhere at the beginning, that flying eye block. It's the same.
In the first few frames, which we can tell is the same eye we saw back in episode 3. But this image that we see is from a place we've seen before, back in episode 6 when Andrew was introduced to the 46 world. Now that we've got that out the way, let's figure out what these texts mean. No more, I know what you're doing. This elaborate project of yours, we don't know who's talking, but we do know who they're talking to. This elaborate project of yours can help us figure out they must be talking to 6-2020, the leader. He mentioned 6-2020 put his brother in this simulation, all because he saw through. We're then given context to the project green text is talking about. It seems his brother saw through 6-2020's project, called The Place. Although it's not a clear image, keep this in mind because we will come back to it. Now you're mourning your parents, as if you wouldn't have done the same to them. We're given no context to what might have happened to 6-20.
Okay, 6-2020 did something to his parents, or their parents, or whatever. The fuck did you do?
20's parents, but then green text says something really interesting. You made this channel. You put Andrew in a little simulation of a popular game, a place within a place, all to keep everyone away from the reflection. He's the one man you can't stand to see live. We're given these 2 facial expressions that may be intentional to wording.
As soon as he said the word reflection, as soon as he mentioned reflection, he became serious.
To keep away from the reflection, and 6-2020 has this cocky reaction. And when he says he's the one man you can't stand to see live, his angry facial expressions indicates his true feelings about the reflection. We still don't know the reason why 6-2020 has such a grudge against the reflection, but then he mentions Andrew. Why would he be worried about what happens to Andrew? Unless this is Andrew's brother the green text was talking about. Moving forward, he says, I'm going to make sure you have no peace. I will be your personal hell as long as you continue to play God and manufacture that place. Then 6-2020 replies, I am no evil man, which he responds with, tell that to I. Most likely this I.
So this I is totally like other entity. Wait, tell that to I. He said that when the dude said, I'm no evil man. Does that mean that the I is like judging people? Like if they're evil or bad, like some sort of angel or god Is that it? Like, I'm no evil. Tell that to the eye. Like, that eye is judging. Is that it?
That we're seeing. Then we're given the Doomstrider's PFP at the very end. 21 episodes later, and the eye is brought up again. What is its purpose, and how come when 6/20/20 says, "I'm no evil man," Andrew's brother tells him to tell the eye that, as if the eye knows something. But
It's
right
judging.
now, there's
Is that
no
it?
way
It's
to tell
judging.
what this eye knows. And as we head into episode 27, we'll start to understand more about this place.
Episode 2. 27, sorry. Obsidian.
We're now in version 6. As Andrew heads over to the 46 area, we get this weird moment.
What the fuck?
There's a text that says, "Welcome 072216, which is Andrew." Then we hear a
So
person
welcome to
talking,
hell?
but we can't really understand what they're saying. Once the video cuts back to normal, Andrew heads over to the Obsidian area. There he sees a sign, Ender Creeper 07 equals the Palladium. Then text on screen appears saying, "Don't read that," and the sign is broken. Back in episode 9.
Okay, so 6/20/20 can see what he sees, and he's trying to like totally redirect him from the Palladium and the reflection and any chance he has to like break free from the simulation. Okay, so now we know that Ender Creeper or whoever, he is the Palladium.
When Andrew
And he's the one that, wrote this book.
found the book, we established that the Palladium and the Reflection were the same person. Since the book was signed by the Palladium and in the book they refer to themselves as the Reflection. But now if we're told Ender Creeper is the Palladium, would that mean all three of these
Yes.
guys are the same person?
Yes.
Maybe the Reflection does this to keep himself hidden, which would explain why in episode 12 when one of the agents realized Ender Creeper broke into the Iteration, they said, "Who the hell is Ender Creeper 07? The Reflection most likely does this to keep his identity hidden." With that out the way, we'll have to continue to episode
Okay, interesting.
28, which takes place back in version 5. We're watching from one of the agents' perspective. There's a conversation going on in chat, and before I show it, there's some words that will be switched around to understand what they're talking about.
Okay.
Andrew has entered the frame.
How?
Well, ever since we started pruning the manifestation _S113 code to try and trap the conspirator, broken chunks are beginning to appear in infinitely repeating sectors. That's how Andrew entered the frame. Too little of the manifestation was erased to allow for a normal crash, resulting in this iteration's anomalous behavior.
Where has the conspirator fled to if he is not in his intended world?
He found an exploit to cross into Andrew's world. That explains the hole in the 46 symbol.
Then erase version 5.
We have agents in there doing cleanup right now. We also just can't, it's the parent iteration. If we deleted Andrew and the conspirator would either be transferred to the mainframe iteration or be booted from the system entirely. Right, which would be very dangerous because they've already found ways to communicate to one another outside the simulation. This second layer is the safeguard keeping them out of the Reflection's reach.
I am the one who will burn this place to the ground.
What the
If we were to
fuck?
kill Andrew and the conspirator, they'll become like them. Wait, what? Andrew just disposed the sand. Disposed it? Threw it out of his inventory straight into the void. Our code shouldn't let him do that.
Send agents now. He must be pruned again.
So that's what happened
Let's go back
when
a
he
minute,
was on
shall
that
we hear a
cross
voice in
or
this
something.
clip that says, "I will burn this place to the ground." This voice is the same one we hear from last episode. We're looking at what seems to be the aftermath of the structure we were shown back in house.avi. The conversation is about the agents figuring out everything that happened in episode 24 and 25. We also get some information confirmed. We find out that the conspirator did in fact travel to Andrew's world
Yeah,
to
okay.
communicate with
We got
Andrew,
that.
and how dropping the sand wasn't something that was normally supposed to happen. With that out the way, in episode 29, we're given context to these weird moments, and this is where things start to get really intriguing.
Where are we now? Is it not one of the agents
Episode
or?
29 is short and takes place in the 46th dimension. We're watching from an unknown POV as they approach
that's
the
totally
room
new
we saw
skin.
back in episode 6 and 8. They start placing TNT in the room, then they write something in chat and send
It's the Palladium,
it, which reveals their name, the Palladium, aka the Reflection. As the TNT is
aka the Ender Creeper or something.
about to explode, we get this.
Another glitch. So the Palladium was the one responsible for this? Was he the one that said, I will burn this place to the ground? It was Palladium saying that.
We're given context to the strange clips that would appear in episodes 28 and 27. We can also assume that the person who said, I will burn this place to the ground, is the Palladium.
Like I
It seems
said.
that they found the 46 crew and in doing so decided to blow all of their stuff. With that out the way, we can move on to episode 30. The
Nether.
title explains the video. Andrew wants to go into the Nether. He mines the obsidian blocks on the ground and makes himself a portal. But when he enters...
That's not the Nether. I'm no Minecraft expert, you know, I'm no speedrunner or some high professional, but I don't think that's a Nether.
He's teleported to this bedrock tunnel. As he heads deeper into the tunnel, he sees a series of signs.
You're not supposed to be here.
Keep going.
Andrew, stop now before it's too late. Before you're like US. The conspirator and the reflection both know this.
And after taking a look at the dark, he decides to head back to the overworld and
Good.
destroy his portal. Now, we don't know what would have happened if Andrew had continued into the tunnel. The only thing we get is the sign saying, stop now before it's too late, before you are like us.
Okay, so the blue signs are the ones trying to help him, and the normal wooden signs, the oak signs, are the cult trying to like control him and motivate him to keep doing what they want him to do.
Which could mean anything. We still don't know who the warp sign is, but we get another sign telling Andrew to keep going. But this tunnel storyline would continue for a few more episodes. In Purified Hallway, Andrew heads over to his house, but when he enters,
What?
the floor is completely gone and he falls to the bottom. We can see another tunnel. This time it's just red blocks we've seen
Block
before, but
Purified.
colored green and named Block Purified. Upon entering are another set of signs. It's still the person writing in warp signs, but we also have another person speaking, S113, aka the Conspirator. They tell Andrew he's going to get saved by the reflection, and one day
By the way, again, different types of signs did not exist in beta, but at this point I'm just repeating myself.
this place will be destroyed. Once he gets to the last sign, the tunnel ends and leads to the chunk error, presuming that they want Andrew to jump in there. Before doing so, he takes one last look of the place.
What? That said something, I don't know what.
There's two messages that appear by 6/20/20. Don't listen to the signs, destroy the signs, Andrew. We can tell this is 6/20/20 because it's in red text,
Yeah.
just like House AVI. Andrew begins breaking the signs, but the closer he got to the exit, the more staggering his screen became.
He's fighting the control.
But then he starts dropping all of the sand from his inventory before it ends. And in episode 32, the video continues from where we left off. Andrew is now in version 7, but he got his sand back in his inventory. The signs he collected are gone. The green blocks have turned back into the 46 blocks. It's obvious what's going on, and there's a reason I call these red blocks 46 blocks. The 46 Intel logo has red coming out of it, and is primarily known for having these red blocks, while Doomstriders, on the other hand, have their logo as green, which would explain these green blocks.
So they're like fighting for control.
These tunnels were secretly made by the Doomstriders in an attempt to help Andrew to escape, but once 46 Intel found out they were being infiltrated, they changed the version and erased Andrew's memory of everything that happened. There's a ladder that he climbs, and once he reaches the top, the floor is back to normal, like none of it ever happened, and it seems like Andrew doesn't even notice as he heads back home. But as soon as he enters...
Okay, again, the figure.
As of right now, this is everything we know. There's two organizations, 46 Intel, which contains 62020, some developers, temps, and agents, the bad guys. Then there's Doomstriders, which contains this unknown person, the conspirator, and the reflection, the good guys. The Doomstriders are trying to take down 46 Intel. More specifically, they're trying to destroy the place, the thing where everything happens, where people go to die or become stuck in a simulation forever. But the one person who can stop all of this is the reflection. 62020 tries everything in his power to avoid anyone from coming in contact with the reflection because he knows what he's capable of. But their attempts to help Andrew escape are useless. Every bit of progress they make always restarts because they can wipe Andrew's memories anytime they want. But I did notice that Andrew does this thing where whenever he remembers something familiar, he writes it in chat. And in episode 31, when he sees the name S113, he writes it in chat because he knows he's seen that name somewhere before. We also saw that in episode 9 when Andrew had this slight
the coordinates.
Control V, even though he had his memories wiped of copying any chords down.
So it's like they don't wipe everything. There's still some fraction of memory that still is there.
Episode 7, when he decided to start digging around where the chunk area used to be, and the list goes on. Andrew should have his memories completely wiped, but it's moments like these that show that bits and pieces of his memories are still there, which gives hope that Andrew will start to remember more and more, and resetting the versions won't be enough to wipe Andrew's memories. But with that out the way, it's obvious we'll see more of the conspirator and the reflection. But a question I do have is in episode 31, when they mention to Andrew that the reflection will be here shortly, in the next episode it ends with the black figure appearing. This could be the reflection, but there's no way of telling. With that out the way, we must move on to episode 33, Compromised by Reflection.
Okay.
This video is only 52 seconds long. There's a sign on the symbol that says, "We have since been compromised by the reflection." Around 20 seconds is when the video cuts. We get a message saying this is not a test, and another message telling us to watch a YouTube video with this URL, which takes
that was
us
a
to
link.
Video on the Palladium channel called
The Project.
This video takes place where we always see the agents at. There's a conversation.
Why does this look way too realistic? Like, this is not Minecraft anymore.
Two people, Nick and Alexander. Alexander is curious as to what's in the fusion shaft room and is upset that they don't get to know, considering
this is not Minecraft anymore, by the way. This does not look like
they've been
Minecraft.
loyal since the beginning. He breaks into the room and we get this.
What the hell is this?
Okay, this is not Minecraft.
What?
Nick, you know anything about something called The Place?
I've heard it mentioned in passing. Why?
Oh, Nick, I think my worst fears were right all along.
What? What do you mean?
Then we hear who we can assume is 62020 saying, as we hear
What?
Alexander gasping for air. Then there's blue text saying you're in the place. And this is the rest of the video.
It has been ever since you sent my brother there to die.
So, okay, wait, stop. Okay, first I'm gonna go back. I want to say, was the one that said, where the guy that found the plants that we saw the POV of, is that the brother? Because he died, right?
The rest of the video.
It has been ever since you sent my brother there to die.
What the fuck, yo? What? Mom, I took this man's child torch. What the fuck?
So you think you can rob me of my own blood? 46. You sealed your own fate by creating it.
It's clear episode 33 is not for us to watch, it's for the agents. There's a message saying the reflection has been compromised, that it's not a test, and gives them instructions to watch this video about 62020's latest project. This whole episode gives us context to House AVI. This person, which for now I'll call Doomstriders, mentions about his brother that saw through 62020's project.
So that was his brother. That is his brother.
Alexander saw through 62020's
Alexander
project,
is the
which
brother.
could mean Doomstriders is Alexander's brother. 62020 tells his mother that he took that man's child for neglecting her, which we can only assume means this child must have been his sibling. This is the first time we hear.
Yeah, because he said mom.
Alexander, and we don't know what purpose he serves in this story at the moment. One thing for sure is Alexander has been put in the place, this hellhole that only serves to torture people, and there's two people next on that list in the description of the video, Andrew and the conspirator. It seems they're running out of time. Andrew needs to escape this simulation before it's too late.
Episode 34. Item. Stop trying to see something new.
The sign has changed to "Stop trying to see something new." Andrew replies with "Why?", then enters his home to see a green and blue wall with signs on them. "Keep fighting, Andrew. Don't give in. Take the item in the chest, but don't do anything with it." Inside, he's given an unknown item. He places it in one of his chests and takes the wall blocks outside his house. He writes to each of them, "I feel like I remember you. I've seen someone like you." Andrew might be right. These green and blue walls may represent someone we've seen before.
The green wall is the green wall is the green logo. I forgot the fucking names. The conspirator, I think, and the blue one is the Palladium. And they're both trying to help him. Is that it? Because the conspirator was the one trying to build with green blocks in that tunnel and has the green logo on a PFP. While the Palladium has a blue logo on PFP, and the green wall represents the green text that was talking with 46 in that scene.
The creator uses colored text to sort out different people. Like how we know 62020 is the red text, this green and blue text is most likely who's communicating to Andrew. In the next episode, Andrew gets a response. "It's because you know me." "I don't know you. I don't think I do." "It's because he's already seen you." "Who has seen me?" He then heads over to the symbol where the sign has been changed to because there's nothing to find. And then there's fire all around him, scaring Andrew.
That sign is 46
What
intel.
are you? Who are you? What is going on? Who am I? It seems
So that's 46.
Andrew is becoming more aware of his situation, which they start controlling him to calm him down. The next episode, Andrew stares off into the sunset. He checks the signs for a reply. "You may not right now, but you will. I don't know who you are. The one who sees everything. Sees everything."
eye!
He then starts checking out his house, but notices something strange underneath. He takes a closer look, and there's a room with a chest in it. Inside, it is a book by the Palladium.
Not all hope is lost. He can't see everything. He is no god. I know you don't know who you are right now, but I promise, once we get you out of here, you and the conspirators' ties to me will strengthen. We will find a way.
So that's a reflection. Ties with the conspirator is the reflection.
Destroy this place, this horrid nightmare. Me being alive is the reason it still exists. I am his sworn enemy. I never knew why, but we can make him regret what he's done. What he did to Alexander, what he did to the man with the winged cap, what he did to the temp. All of it, paid in full. No wrongdoing will go unanswered. 46 will fall. You must wake up, Andrew. 072216. You must wake up.
The reflection says 62020's hatred for him is the reason this place exists, but it seems the reflection himself doesn't know why. The entire conversation throughout the past 3 episodes is them trying to help Andrew understand that his memories have been altered. In episode 39, we get a different video. We can tell
the
from the
moon
name
is
we're watching
weird.
from the Palladium's perspective. They stare into a black moon before opening.
The Palladium is under the black moon. So is the Palladium the reflection? Because under the black moon, right?
Quill, and we get this interesting moment.
He was the one that wrote that.
On the surface, there's not much
So wait, as soon as he left, the moon went back.
to decipher until we realize there's something going on in the captions. Opening up
5U.
the transcript gives us a jumble of letters and numbers.
So that's a
if
code.
we take every number and rearrange them from 1 through 11 and take only the right side, it gives us a secret YouTube video. It's named 1009. We see a player shaking in fear with a book and quill in their hands. We can
You're not
see the
home
moon
anymore.
is red and black.
Just accept
and this
the void.
video was uploaded on the Palladium channel, which means we're watching from the Palladium's perspective. While the video goes on, there's text on screen. No one's coming, just accept the void. You're not home anymore. The moon was blackened once again. Then at 1:10 into the video, we get this strange noise.
Okay, put in the program. There's gonna be something.
At first, I had no idea what this meant. The audio was too muffled to understand what they were saying. But after 20 minutes of trying to figure it out, my friend Pentar suggested to Shazam it, which is a tool that identifies music playing around you. And when I did it, it almost immediately led me to a song called Exit Music by Radiohead. Now, I can't play the song, otherwise the video will get copyrighted. But I decided to watch it thinking I wasn't gonna find anything. But then at 38 seconds, there's this part that sounds awfully familiar. So I decided to put both audios into my editing software and line up the clips, and you'll hear the reaction me and my friends give to discovering this.
It's literally...
It's the same!
It's so goddamn beautiful. It is, it's just
It is, that is it! That is it! This is it! What the... Okay, so today we is... What the f***? I didn't think I was gonna get that. What the f***? Now, going back to the video, I think things are starting to make more sense. The conspirator mentions to Andrew that the reflection can't save them because he's under a black moon.
Yeah.
This is what they meant. That's why they tell the Palladium/reflection to accept the void and that no one's coming. 6/20/20 has the reflection trapped, but these words, "today we escape," could mean the reflection will escape this world. And when he does, he'll get Andrew out of this simulation.
But what's the item though?
In pumpkinpatch.avi, things get a bit interesting. He goes outside to see the signs are gone. What happened? Where did you go? He then sees a torch he's unfamiliar with, and when he checks it out, there's another torch that leads him to a bunch of pumpkins. He mines them, and right before the video ends, we get the figure. This pumpkin saga continues into the video's description. We're given characters to a YouTube video by the Palladium from 8 years ago. The video is named 28 Pumpkins. The comment section has the Palladium and Andrew replying with the number 28. In the video, the Palladium collects 28
So
pumpkins.
Andrew and Palladium knew each other before, if it was what, 8 years ago?
And in pumpkinpatch.avi, there's 28 pumpkins. There seems to be something going on with...
So it's one more form of him trying to get Andrew to remember.
28 pumpkins. Nothing else happens throughout the rest of the video, but this rabbit hole goes deeper once we look into the description with another video named 28.
Why 28 of them?
I'm not sure.
Is he trying to recreate the good old days?
Maybe. I think all of it haunts him, angers him.
He knows what he lost, and more importantly, what the reflection didn't lose, and then projected that envy on Agent 081798's brother.
Man, that's a number I've not heard in a long time. Still can't believe he went under our radar like that. He was in our midst, all to frame a temp for a document.
What did he do with it?
He did what all traitors to this agency do.
We find out 28 pumpkins have a meaning to them. It's to recreate the good old days, which would explain this video by the Palladium from years ago when he was just a child. They set this up in Andrew's world
to
because
anger
they
him.
know the past angers the Palladium. They did this to taunt him because 6/20/20 knows what the Palladium didn't lose, and according to the agents, he then projected that envy on Agent 081798's brother. Remember this name. Apparently, this brother framed a temp for a document, which is interesting. Where have we seen a temp and a document related with each other? Maybe in episode 10
Yeah,
when
he
we
held
see
that.
this person delivering a document. Then in episode 13 when they explained the temp betrayed them and was punished for it. What are the chances this is the temp that was framed for a document? And if so, why would the brother do this? According to them, he did what all traitors do to this agency. Right now, we don't know what this means, but as we head to the final parts of the videos, we'll get our answer. Andrew opens his chest to see the item. I never go into detail about this strange item, but all we need to know is that they give this to him because it's the one item that can help him escape this place. He grabs it and begins heading out. They start trying to take control of Andrew, like he's doing something he's
just
not
throw the
supposed
sand
to,
out if
but
you can.
Andrew fights back.
If you can fight back, just throw the sand
He
away.
arrives to the world border. When he tries to interact with it, he gets pushed back. So he decides to walk up to it with the item in his hand.
And he is... What? Oh, he's here again.
When he respawns, he's in version 7_1. This time, his item was taken from him. He still never gets a reply, so he just wanders around his world alone until the video ends. In the next video, he's given a new message. Andrew, I told you not to use it yet. He enters his cobblestone dome, and it seems to have changed. There's black wool inside and a black block with red text on it saying, Welcome 0722.
Okay, so welcome Andrew.
He checks it out, confused for a bit, before he ends the video. This item was Andrew's only hope in escaping this simulation, but once he decided to use it when he wasn't told to, it crashed his iteration and they had to make a new one, which caught the attention of 62020, and he saw that he had something he wasn't supposed to have. This could mean Andrew lost the only thing that could help him escape, but we'll have to see what happens next. These next 3 videos will be into one big video because we're given context to a lot of things.
Okay, episode 42.
Did he ever get that document?
The one for the project.
Yeah, a temp was supposed to deliver it to the project room by today. It should be here.
I don't remember seeing anything in the logs.
Oh God, that's how we get compromised.
Do we tell him?
I don't know.
I will.
Okay.
Where is the death?
What do you need?
I talked to 62020. He said that the temp should be placed into that broken iteration as punishment.
But that version is extremely broken. I don't think he understands that doing that could create another anomaly.
Another anomaly? What does he mean by another anomaly? Like what? Another Palladium? Another reflection? Or what?
Orders.
Alright, fine. You bastard. You purposefully withheld the key for the project room from the temp, didn't you? So the temp would misplace the document and you could frame him for being a traitor and retrieve the document. Do you know what they did with him? They put him in a broken iteration of the program. He's gone too. He got punishment he didn't deserve. Also, you could get what also you didn't deserve.
As if Alexander deserved his punishment. And what are you going to do? Report me. He won't believe you. Nobody will.
All this time I've been trying to keep the iteration and the subjects in order. You've been distracting me. Where is the damn document?
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? Where did it go?
You know, I especially wanted that document for a reason. Documentation on breaching any iteration through a normal .jar file. Brilliant.
Be very careful with your next words.
I didn't want them for myself. I gave them to someone we are brainwashed to think is the enemy. The reflection sends his regards.
Oh!
What happened to 102117?
Forget about confidentiality. There's no reason to protect Nick's identity anymore.
His name is Nick.
Yeah, you know who that is, right?
Who?
Agent 081798 from years ago. Alexander's brother.
Wait, what? Alexander?
The eye watches everything. His first victim. Now it watches unceasingly. That's why it's the only thing he fears.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Turns out the temp who we thought was a traitor and was punished was actually framed by 102117 so that he could retrieve the document and give it to the reflection instead. When confronted about how someone got punished for something they didn't deserve, he mentions Alexander getting a punishment he didn't
So that 102117 is Alexander's brother? So Nick? That's Nick.
deserve. Why would he bring that up? In another episode, the agent says there's no reason to hide his identity anymore and says his name is Nick. Does this name sound familiar?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Oh, Nick. I think
Nick knows Alexander. Not only that, but we also find out they're brothers, and Nick was referred to as Agent 081798 from years ago. That's why in the Pumpkin episode when they said 62020 projected that envy on Agent 087198's brother, aka Alexander, Nick knew his brother got an unfair punishment and realized that the reflection wasn't the enemy, which is why he says someone we are brainwashed to think is the enemy. It's interesting to see if Nick will play a role in helping Andrew escape, but as we
Hope
get
so.
closer to the end of the series,
Murder.
we'll hopefully get an answer.
I don't think with title like that we will get an answer. I mean, the fucking answer is murder.
In murder.avi, we're now in version 7_2. Andrew heads outside and things have changed. We're presented with 4 new characters. We see the blue and green wool, but next to them is a magenta wool. Then there's a red wool and a pink wool with a skull on top. And over to the left is a cyan wool with blocks above it. When he stares at it, the screen goes...
Okay. The cyan with blocks above it is reflection, right? Because he's under the black moon. The red one is 46, and the skull with pink. The pink wool could be Alexander, right? Because he got killed by him. The blue and green we already know, but the purple one I don't know.
Static. At first glance, it's hard to understand what's happening. We've established that color text depicts certain people, and in this case with the red block, we're looking at the red text, which we know is 6/20/20. He's standing next to a dead body. We can assume
Alexander.
the red fence sticking out is his bloody hand. Who's someone we know that 6/20/20 has taken the life of? That's right,
Alexander. Yeah, like I said.
This area seems to be telling a story. These 3 people watch...
Is the magenta us? Because, you know, like they said that Andrew knew them. So is magenta like us? Like we were once part of that team.
6/20/20 murder Alexander. Although we don't know the names of these blocks, I'm certain this cyan block is the palladium. When the screen went static, notice how the blocks are covering the moon. This static is supposed to tell us something is going on. Remember when the conspirator told Andrew the
reflection will be
is
under
a
the blackened
moon,
moon, yeah.
and how we saw it ourselves, we're seeing the reflection under the blackened moon.
Like
It
I
seems
said.
that they're
I'm smart.
trying to help Andrew recover his memories, trying to recreate scenes hoping Andrew will remember, but it doesn't seem like Andrew takes notice of it. He heads over to the symbol and there's signs. They tell
Murders.
Andrew they don't have many chances and not to mess it up again. Inside the chest is the item. Andrew is given a second chance of redemption. He finishes off the video placing 2 cobblestone blocks and torches on the palladium. In the next episode,
What the fuck would that mean?
he heads outside and stares at Alexander before we get this.
Andrew, where are they taking you?
The good timeline. I have an objective to fill.
What objective?
It's none of your business, Alexander.
I'm in security. You have no right to withhold that information from me. Why are you going to that timeline?
To prune the reflection.
I'll see you around then. I need to know what's in that damn room.
What?
When the video cuts back to normal, he walks on the bridge until
So there's Alexander, there's someone else. Who was he talking to? I mean, the color was magenta. So that's like that magenta block, right? The color was purple or something. My theory is that Andrew is the magenta color.
he stumbles across the black figure. It doesn't move and it doesn't crash Andrew's game. He asks him who or what are they and walks away. Throughout the whole investigation, there's one question that I never understood. Who was Andrew before all of this? What was he before he was stuck in this simulation? And we finally get some clarification. This scene shows who Andrew was before
I mean, okay, I'm a dumbass. He even said, Andrew, where are they taking you? Okay, I'm theorizing here. So yeah, magenta color is 100% Andrew. Now, I don't know what the fuck this is with the kid doing Superman move with laser eyes, but
was
okay.
put in the simulation. He was part of 46 Intel. He went to the good timeline to prune the reflection, someone that is trying to now help Andrew to escape. He also used to know Alexander as seen in this conversation.
Yeah.
We also noticed the color text for Andrew is the same one they use when showing how everything went down.
Like
Andrew
I
was there
said.
when he saw 6/20/20 murder Alexander and did this to try and restore his memory. Andrew was enemies with the people people who are now trying to save him. But why? Alexander's brother mentions that they were brainwashed into believing the reflection is the enemy. Doomstriders understand that the people against them are only against them because they've been brainwashed.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Andrew
okay.
must have done something in his past to make 6/20/20 angry and punish him to put him in this simulation. Everything that's been building up is to help Andrew remember who he used to be. And in the next episode, Andrew will start to remember
Remain.
everything.
Okay, this is vibe.
By the man with the winged cap.
Hello, Andrew. Yes, I have been to warp signs. They should
Oh!
alarm you. These don't exist in Minecraft.
Yeah.
So then, where are you? Now you're getting somewhere. 46 Intel has imprisoned you in here because you sided with John and gave him
The
a temporary
Palladium,
edge
okay.
over the organization. Unfortunately now, my now murderer, in need of a host, is on the hunt and seeks to destroy that young man. John has no idea what is about to happen. The blackened moon is real. But Andrew, you have all the tools. You just need to know where to go. We can't tell you because they'll destroy it before you can find it. You have what is necessary to escape.
By
The item?
temp.
I don't know who you are, but you seem important. The others seem to care about your existence very much. They want to relieve you of this hell. I'm sorry for the flames I have wrought. I wanted to get your attention because the others either couldn't or chose not to. Get the hell out of here as soon as possible. I know you have what it takes.
By Alexander.
Okay, the
you
Morse
do not
code.
remember me. Neither do I. Forgive me for watching your every move. Forgive the others for attacking you. They do not know what they are. You remind them of the group you once swore allegiance to. The group that stripped them of their lives. I know what I am. I see. I watch unceasingly. John fears the
I
abomination.
watch unceasingly. One of the agents, I think, said the eyes or the eyes watching unceasingly. That's the eye. Is Alexander the eye?
He's brought into this playroom, but that man is not the John you know. This is a different man. Looks just like him, but has no pretty garden or pretty house.
By Nicholas.
072216. This is Nicholas. Stay here. There is no more truth out there than what is in here. This is your home.
Andrew looks over to see another chest. Inside is an item named the winged cap. Then he puts it on.
What? So three of them were like trying to help him to escape, but the fourth one was like, nah, stay here.
We find out the warp signs has been by the man with the winged cap all along, a name we've seen before, although we don't know much about them. We find out in Andrew's previous life he sided with the Doomstriders and gave them secret information, which is what caused 6/20/20 to imprison him. The moment Andrew put on this item is when he sees the truth. There's a few frames that showcase all the events that went through Andrew's previous life, like this one, which is the clip we saw
None of your
last
business,
episode.
yeah.
Andrew understands that he's in a simulation. With the information given to him, all he has to do now
Is escape.
is escape.
Okay. Unmanifest now.
Andrew looks around his world. He enters his home.
Yeah, everything is like lighting up now. It's so dark.
Looks in his chest, but when he exits, things look different. Every ladder he goes down, every door he goes through leads him to his house again. What's interesting though
Okay. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle in Minecraft.
and because all of the houses are identical, so are all the items. Andrew finds himself a few more of those unknown items. He then wanders around the area, trying to figure out what's going on until he notices land generation that's cut off. He bridges to it and begins walking away. This seems like Andrew wasn't supposed to leave or something went wrong, because this is where things take a turn. After going further out, he eventually finds the world border again, and we're given this.
It glitched out.
Andrew respawns and the world border is gone. This is what they meant. This is what the item was supposed to do.
But the last time he did that, he just teleported to that cult place thing, cage, prison. something.
Going beyond the simulation, this must be the second layer the agents were talking about that prevented them from reaching the reflection. But Andrew still isn't out yet. He begins going further out the simulation and the version starts going crazy. He respawns and he's in the version we saw all the way back in the first episode. It then changes to a bunch of 46s.
Jeez.
It seems 46 Intel is panicking, trying to change the versions to control Andrew. But then
What?
the
Nothing.
version is gone. For the first time ever,
So, did he, like, finally escape him? Like, 46 can't reach him anymore. He's, like, way too far away. It's over.
the version is gone. He finds a village and he picks up the red blocks and we can actually see it's a retextured mossy cobblestone block. Andrew is finally understanding everything and starts writing to us. Guys, I can see everything. I know what's going on. Can't let them see, but I know who's behind this. I know where I am. The reflection is John. I know it is. I don't ever remember meeting John, but for some reason, he is in my memory. I can edit signs. New feature? Then he replies no, but it doesn't feel like Andrew was the one who just wrote this. I can feel them fighting for control. Andrew is so close to escaping, all he has to do is fight back. Do I go back? What about that place? There was somewhere I was supposed to put the item because I'm not out yet. There must be a way. All of this isn't real. He then pauses before dropping the items. What is he doing? Why is he picking up
The
sand?
control, they're
Andrew,
taking control of him.
fight back. We can see him trying to and wanting to go for the items, but they won't let him. If Andrew puts the sand over his face, they will have successfully taken control of him. He then collects all the sand and opens his inventory and starts approaching his face.
Why is it so, what's it called? It's so dense. It's just like a minute and 20 seconds left.
They take full control over him and take him back to the simulation.
God damn it.
As of today, this is where the Andrew Games story stops. The channel continues to upload, so it's an ongoing story, but there's a lot of videos on the Palladium, Doomstriders, and Intel channels that have so much extra stuff that go outside of Minecraft that if I covered those topics, this video would be hours long. But as of right now, 46 Intel continues to keep Andrew captured, stuck in a simulation without him ever knowing, and it may be that Andrew may never leave this place.
So there will be more.
But that doesn't have to be Andrew's story. I'm certain that one day Andrew will escape. They'll free him of this place. I know they will.
Damn, that was long, but that was amazing. It's just shit that he didn't escape, but I think there'll be more, right? I think. I hope. Because now I really want Andrew to escape. But okay, so many shit. So yeah, Andrew was part of the group with the Palladium and the green colored guy I forgot the name of. And the 46 took him into this simulation hell, and he's fighting for control over, like, of his own body, his own mind. Jesus. Okay, this will be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more of these, you know what to do down below this video. Yeah, I really fucking enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.